Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's session I'm here to give you all a briefing about the general aptitude and logical reasoning questions of various competitive examinations including NIPER, UPSC, MPSC and many other competitive examinations, and drug inspector as well, wherein the questions of general aptitude pop up. So myself, Payam Bora, I have NIPER All India rank 11, GPAT All India rank 43, IIT BHU All India rank 7, Manipal All India rank 8, CUET-PG All India rank 1, and I'm BITS and GATE or qualified. So in today's session, we will be covering these kind of questions that are going to appear in the examinations. So these include types of different questions of topics like syllogism, which means statements, assumptions and all. Grammar, that is punctuation, your refraining or choose the wrong word. Analogy, like if current stands with ampere, so weight with what. So unit, like general knowledge questions like discoveries, Nobel prizes, which was the major milestone, and anything that's related to the hot topic of current news. Mathematical questions, differentiation, matrices, limits, integration, etc. Quantitative aptitude, which will include distance, speed, time, trains are running, etc. Puzzles, certain pieces are unscrambled, you need to tell that what would be the figure, you have to guess the next one. Coding and decoding, so if ABCD is coded as PQRS, so what will be CDEF coded as, so that will be coding and decoding. And relation, that is mother, father, daughter, child, etc. So these are the different types of competitive exams questions that appear. Now in this session, this particular slide represents the type of questions that usually pop up in any competitive examinations when it comes to the general aptitude. So it could either be your quantitative aptitude, either it could be logical reasoning, or it could be based upon verbal ability. These are three major categories in which your different types of questions could revolve around. So in quantitative method, usually allegation methods. That means suppose if 2 ml of X solution is required to prepare 50% and 5 ml of Y solution is required to prepare 50%, then how much ml of solution will be required to prevent 60% of X and Y? So now in allegation you simply subtract. So 50 minus 5, 45, and 50 minus 2, 48. Then you add up, that becomes to 94 or 90. So this would be your total number that could appear. Next up you have area and volume. So on questions on area and volume usually pop up, and it ask you area of circle, area of square. So you need to know the basic formula, that is your mensuration formulas. Arithmetic mean, median, mode, your central tendency, it could be asked. Average, usually direct questions on average, like they give you, and you should know that average is what? Sum of observation upon number of observations. So suppose if there are 5 observations, so divide by 5, and the sum of 5 is suppose 40. So 40 divided by 5, that would become up to 8. So that important. Next up you have in this calendar. So they ask you that what is the leap year, or at what, how many days, if today is Sunday, then after 100 day it will be dash, which day it would be. Those kind of questions. Clock, they usually ask you question of the angle between the two hour end and the second hand, or a minute hand. Then they ask you how many minutes would appear in dash, and in so many hours. Those questions could be asked. Simple and compound interest, those are very easy, the formula based. This will give you the principal amount and tell you to find out the rate of interest, or they will give you the rate of interest and ask you to find out the principal amount. Least common factor and highest common factor, these are two commonly asked questions. Geometry and theorems are not much asked. Logarithm based questions like exponential and logarithmic, both are important when it comes to your quantitative aptitude. Permutation, combinations and probability. So permutation, combination and probability is basically, suppose if dice is rolling, or suppose if it's a head and a tail, or men and women, those kind of questions on probability and combinations could be asked. Next up we have is search indices, simplification and power. So they might tell you that 3 to the power 10, what would be the answer? Or they could just make the questions more intricate, like if there is 3 raised to 10, 4 raised to 8, 5 raised to 6 and 6 raised to 2. So which one is the highest amongst them? These kind of questions could be asked, that are normally based, and these have been asked in previously. Problems on ages. So ages, usually they tell you that if Jack is 10-year-old and his mom is suppose 15-year-old, so after 5 years what will be the age of the mom? Like those type of questions could be asked. Problems on boat. So like if there is a boat traveling from distance x and y, so basically distance upon time, those kind of questions, a formula could be appeared, like boat will be moving in which direction. Problem on trains. So they might tell you that if two trains are approaching each other, or if two trains are going in a similar direction, the speed with how much distance it will cover, those kind of questions. Profit and loss. They might give you that a man purchased the item at 760 rupees and sold it at 800 rupees. Find the profit. Or they might even give you the profit, that a man has earned a profit of 40 rupees and the final amount was 800 at which he sold. So find out the initial amount at which he purchased. So cost price and selling price, those kind of questions. Ratio proportion is very commonly asked, like if 3 is to 5. And there are like these kind of questions on ratio proportions we will be discussing ahead. Time, work, and inverse speed, distance, time, trigonometry. Sometimes questions on heights are asked, like if ball is thrown from x height, then how much distance will it cover? Those kind of physics questions. Logical reasoning may usually analogies are asked. So like if the unit, suppose if it's the question on units, so unit of current is ampere, so the unit of potential difference will be question mark. So they, you should know that it will be voltage, volts. So these kind of questions could be asked on the analogies. Blood relation, they might tell you that a lady explains a brother, his brother's wife, those kind of family tree diagrams. Coding and decoding, we will be discussing what is code, what is decode, how it is encryption, decryption, etc. Next, that could be most commonly asked in letter series and number series. They might tell you that A, B, C, D is written as F, G, H, I. So you should know that A is equal to F in this case, B is equal to G. So you might they might tell you that what will be UVWX. So you should know that, oh, okay, it will be what will be the answer for the same. So these kind of questions on alphabets could be asked. And letters, if you go to see, so on letters, they might just tell you that, give you numbers. So suppose 1, 3, 27. So these are cube roots. So firstly 1, then 3, then cube root of 3 is 27. So on and so forth. So they might give you these kind of question and letter series. Odd man out, they might give you 4 options and they might tell you that which one is odd man. Suppose if they give you current, voltage, dielectric constant, so you should know that it will be dielectric constant because it is unitless, while others are unit, they have a particular unit. So those are the questions. And the last one that could appear is statements and assumptions. So your statement and assumptions are basically, they give you, you also call it sometimes as syllogism. Over here it's written syllogism. So in syllogism they tell you that all crows are black, all black items are delicate, these kind of questions. So then you need to know, find out the syllogy between them. So these kind of questions on Venn diagram. Venn diagram is basically, this is what you call Venn diagram. Let me draw it for you. VEN and diagram like this. So if there's a relation between two people, or if there is a relation between three and they are there is something common, or if it is a part and a subpart, like this, these are all Venn diagrams. So the Venn diagrams also, there are so many questions that are asked. Verbal ability may, they usually test your grammar, they test your comprehension, punctuation, they test your vocabulary. So direct, indirect speech, active and passive voice, these are the most frequently asked questions that are asked. Jumble words, they might jumble some words for you and tell you that unscramble the words, etc. These kind of statements. And they might tell you to improve the sentence. So like they might give you something wrong in a particular statement, and then they might ask you what is the wrong word or a wrong letter amongst that. So that is important. So here same thing is written: decoding, decoding, syllogism, blood relation, rankings, inputs, outputs, matrices. Question on matrices, differentiations are asked, integration, usually formula based and very simple, easy. They don't take much of your time. Mapping, best route. So they might tell you which, suppose if there's a man who's in the northeast direction, if he goes straight, then takes a left, and then takes a right again. So which direction is he moving in? Those kind of questions, direction based and mapping based. So these are most commonly asked questions. Now ahead we will discuss the examples of such questions. So before that, let us start now over here. Quantitative aptitude, again numbers, HCM, decimal fractions, square roots and cube roots. The questions on square, cubes, square root, cube roots are all asked. Time, work, time, distance, trains, allegation, simple interest. We have all discussed all this. Pie charts, tabulation. They might give you graph and ask you from the graph some graphical questions, blood relation, analogy. So these are all that we have discussed, and these are again a list of all questions that could be asked. True, discounts, then what are the measures, volume, surface area, etc. In this slide again we have certain subtopics that are most frequently asking, so you can just go through this slide. So let's begin with the questions. So the number one question is, this is based upon analogy. So here they are telling you that the unit of current is ampere. So what will be the unit of weight? Weight you measure in scale? No. Do you measure in commodity? No. Is there any measurement? No. It will be kilograms. So the answer is kilograms. Next up, and what the explanation? Simple, that the units have been asked. So I hope there's no need of explanation for the same. Next up is the scramble and unscramble, or a letter series and an alphabet series. So here they have given you that the particular alphabet. So here you can see there is repetition. A is analogous to B, C is analogous to D. So they are taking a letter which is +1, and then they are taking a letter which is -1. So X -1 will be W, Z -1 will be Y. So here what will be the answer? C +1, that means D. E +1 yani ki F. Then V -1, that is U, and X -1, that is W. So D, F, U, W, that should be the answer. So here you have option A, D, F, U, W. Here you can see that C ke baad there is D. Then so in the exam, just see to it, whenever you go, you make such charts and such ABCD, you write it so that it becomes easy for you in this manner only. So here you can see after C, D, then after E there is F. Then they have subtracted from V1. So before we subtract U, we get U, and here from X, when we subtract 1, we get W. So in this way you can decode, encoding, decoding. Next up is letter series. So here we can see 37 is analogous to 65. So what will be the 50? So here how many numbers are added? Shall we see from that? No, because if we see, then the numbers are not being added. So here if we see, there is 30, around 30, 28. So if we add 50 plus 28, which is 78. So 78 is not an option. So that one logic goes out. Next logic that we can put is square. So if we square 6, it becomes 36, and 36 plus 1 is 37. Similarly, if we square 8, 8 ka square is 64. 64 plus 1 is 65. So this is 6 ka square, this is 8 ka square. So here what will be? 7 ka square, 49, and then 7 plus 2, which is 9. 9 ka square, which will be 81 plus 1, which is 82. So your answer will be 82. You just have to square it and see to it that you add two numbers. Next up we have is find the odd man out. So in the odd man out, basically you have to find out that which one is different from others. So here we can see thermometer is used to measure the temperature, barometer is used to measure pressure, hygrometer is used to measure humidity. But diameter, no, it is a part of a circle. In a circle we have a radius, and when we double the radius we get a diameter. So how can it be a measurement unit, right, of a particular body or any object? So diameter is the answer. Here they have given find the odd letters. So here what will be the one? The second character is -4. So F -4 is J. Q minus in the second character is -4 from the first character. So this is the explanation. So similarly S -4 will be X. So these are what is a easy method of remembering. Next one, they might tell you to check your dictionary. So in your dictionary they might tell you to tell you that if what will be the order. So here we can see which one would come first? Let's see. In the dictionary we have all have E. We have second letter as M is common again. Now after M, do we have B? Yes, we have B in all the three. So these three letters are common. Now let's take the fourth letter. We have ORILR. So I is the smallest one, so we know that third one comes first. So B and C are eliminated. Now next we have L. So second should be the fourth one. So here are both options mein there is 4. Next up we have is A. So A comes in C. So it should be 4 3 4 1 2 5. 3 4 1 2 5. 3 4, yeah, yeah. So 3 4 1 2 5. This will be a dictionary according to your the arrangement of these alpha of these letters of these particular order. Now here again they might tell you that they might give you a word and they might tell you to rearrange and make words from that. So gentle can be made, yes it can be made. Teen, yes it can be made. Engine, yes it can be made. But can you make green? Where is R? R is missing in intelligent spelling, so see that it will be green. Now here this is a question of coding and decoding. So if goat is coded as HPBU, then what will be frog be coded? Simply they have written, again you have to write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and then G plus 1 is H. So they have taken the next alphabet. Similarly, so F. So after F, what alphabet comes? G. After R, what alphabet comes? S. After O, which alphabet comes? P. After G comes H. So it will be G, S, P, H. Here, A option. So that is the correct option. Now in next one we have again find the missing term. They have told you to find the missing term. Now what could be the post possible thing? The series over here you can see 6, 6 2s are 12, 12 3s are 36, 36 4s are 144, 144 5s are 720, 726 are 4320, and 43207 is nothing but your 30240, 30240. Yeah, so B is the right option. Next question, introducing a man. This is a family relation types. So you in this one you have to just make a family diagram or a particular flow chart, because you won't understand that what is it actually. So a woman, let women over here, let women be over here. Introducing a woman, a man said. So a man has told by introducing a woman that her mother, that woman's mother is the only daughter, she is the only daughter of my mother-in-law, of the man's mother-in-law. So what will be the relation between the man and the women, right? So now this woman, this man's is married to the mother, and that mother is the daughter. So that man is the son-in-law of this daughter of which the mother is a daughter of. So indirectly the man is related as a father of this woman. The man is the father of this woman. So in this way you need to make such flowchart diagrams. Next up we have is questions upon the row systems. So they have just told you that there are 5 children that are sitting and O is third from M. So here you need to draw that if there are 5 children, P, M, N, O, P, Q. So O is third from M, and who is standing left to N. So M is standing left to N, and P is on the left of Q. P is on the left of Q. Who is second from N? Q, which is second from N. So here you have to find out that the position of P from the right. Position of P from the right. So when you measure, when you properly rearrange and rescramble it according to this statement out here. So what you get to know that it comes as M, O, P, Q, N. So here it comes as the second letter from the right, second alphabet from the right. So that second alphabet is P. So that's what you wanted to find out, the position of P. Next up we have is coding and decoding again. So here they have given you signs and they have told you to exchange those signs, and like if at the rate is plus, if the plus sign is represented as minus, if alpha is divide and theta is multiply. So here what will be 8900 alpha is what? Alpha is division, divided by 100 plus. So what is this plus sign? It is minus 5 theta 4, and theta is what? Theta represents multiplication, so 5 into 4, and again plus sign, that means it is minus 121, and again alpha means it is division, divide by 11. So here what it is to be done? First of all, divide this, and secondly divide this. So here you get 5 minus 20, and after that plus is represented by minus, so it will be minus 11, and then over here 8900 divided by 100, so 890. So in this way you will be able to crack those coded languages. So this is very very important. So here you have to obey the law of Bodmas, brackets of division, multiplication and subtraction, BODMAS. So here you can see that 8900 divided by 100 minus 20 minus 5 into 4 minus 121 divided by 11. So what they have done, 8900 divided by 100 will give you 89. 89 minus this 20, and 121 divided by 11 is 11. So in this way you are able to solve this. Now next up we have is directions. So directions is very important. Rajneesh is starting to walk. Suppose this is Rajneesh. He's starting to walk towards north. Now he takes a left turn and starts walking 20 meters. Now again he takes a right turn, that means straight, and starts walking 30 meters. Which way direction is he facing? Obviously north again, north again. But here what is important is when you're taking over, suppose you made him go straight, then you made him take left. Now from here you have to check this is left and this is right, not from the opposite direction. It will be a mirror image, so that direction giving is very important. So the answer will be north over here. Now this is a question of syllogism. Syllogism is basically they give you two statements or three statements and they tell you to find out the interrelation, and they find out some conclusions, assumptions and statements, you can say. So here they have drawn a Venn diagram. All books are lions, all lions are books, and all trees are books. So here you can see the Venn diagram. All books are lions, all books are trees, and all trees are lions. So that means this is a Venn diagram. So what will be right? All books are lions. Yes, all books are lions. All lions are books. Yes, all lions are books. All trees are books. Yes, all trees are books. Some lions will also be books. Yes, some lions are books as well. So here all conclusions will be followed, because if we draw the Venn diagram we get to another relationship between lions, trees and books. Now next up we have is clock and the directions of the clock. So here there is a question. A watch shows the time of 4:30. Here you can see it is 4:30. If the minute hand points in the east, in what direction will the hour hand point? If the minute hand will over here, this hand, this hand, this hand, this is a minute hand, the longer one is the minute hand. If it is pointing towards the east over here, if we make it rotate, if we rotate, then what direction will this R and go? Obviously it will go in this direction, northeast. If we are rotating something by this, so the R hand will also go up. So if your hand is before like this 4:30 pe, so after when we rotate it will be like this, so it will be in the northeast direction, right? Northeast direction. So the answer is northeast direction. Next up we have is some clock figures. They just give you certain timings and they tell you to find out that how many hours or how many minutes are responsible, like what is the conversion. So here it is very easy. Suppose if it's 9, so 9 o'clock, one rotation is basically 360 degree. So in 60 minutes will be 360 degree. So 1 minute will be 6 degrees each. So 6 minutes. So here you can see that there are three, if there is 320. So in 320 we have hours as 3 and minutes as 20. So it will be 3 plus 20 by 60 into 30, because each hour is 30 degrees. Each hour it will rotate by 30, and each minute it will, here this statement is important, each minute it will rotate by 6 degree and each hour it will rotate by 30 degrees. So here it will be 3 plus, if you calculate further deduce, you will get 100 degrees. Now this 20 is also there, na? This 20 we just calculated of hours. This 20 minutes will be what? 20 into 6. Why? Because 1 minute is 6 degrees. So it will be 120. So when we subtract this 120, we will get the 20 degree as the final answer. So now in the next question, you have to find out which is the next one in the sequence. So A, then comma, then MOQ, and then SUW. So what will be this question mark? So in the first pair, we can notice that there is alternate. You have to choose the alternate alphabets. So A, then C, then E. In the next pair, SUW also, in the last you can see there are alternate alphabets. So you have to add alphabet plus 1. That means now the next pair will be G, and alternate to G is I, and alternate to I is K. So it's all a game of pattern. Once you know the pattern at how it works, or how, what is, once you decode it, it's very easy to crack these questions. Now the next question is, today is Monday and after 61 days it will be. So these kind of questions are very common on days, minutes, hours. So first thing that you need to know, that each day of the week is repeated after every 7 days. So if today is Monday, after 63 days it will be Monday, because 7 8 is 63. It will be Monday again after 63 days. But what is asked after 62 days? So 61 days. So we have to subtract 2 days now. So Monday ke pehle it will come Sunday, and Sunday ke pehle it will come Saturday. So your answer will be Saturday. So in this way you have to just identify the pattern after how many days. But one thing that you have is very common in solving these questions, that each day of the week is repeated after every 7 days. Next up we have is very important, that in a row the position of Payam from left side of the row is 27. So from the left side of the row it is 27, and from the right side of the row it is 34. Find the total number of students in the row. So the total number of students will be 27 plus 34 minus 1, because this Payam is repeat, as the position is same, right? Only the location is changing from 34, and from left side it is 27. So 27 plus 34 minus 1, which will bring down to 61 minus 1, which is 60. So option A will be right. Now here, for your confusion, even 61 was given. So if you forgot to subtract this one and just added these both positions, you would have fallen into trouble for sure. So please be aware that you have to subtract one in such kind of questions. Next question that we have is based upon the speed, is based upon like how many days it will take for XYZ person to complete the work. So here you can see that two men and two women and 5 men can together finish an embroidery work in 4 days, while 3 women and 6 men can finish the work in 3 days. Find the time taken by one woman as well as one man to finish the work alone. So this is a question that you will be solving. Okay, so for your reference, I've given you all over here one small answer solution for similar question. So work is completed in 4 days, right? So this solution is given over here. So work is completed. So 5 men. So 5x. Let men be x. And how many women? 2 women. 2y have completed the work in how many days? Y has completed the work in 4 days. So it will be 1/4. Similarly, in the second scenario, what is it? 6 men, 6x, and 3 women, 3y, and they have completed the work in 3 days. Now it's nothing, just simultaneous equation, solve it. This multiply by 3 and this multiply by 2. So you will have one common terminology in y, 6y, 6y. They both will get cancelled, and then you will get the value of x, and then x value you will be substituting in y. So you will be getting the value of y. So that is very important that you first find out the equation. It is very important to find out the equation for the question that is given below. So now you have the values of x, which is 1 by 36, and value of y, which is 1 by 18. So now simply you need to find out that how much time will be taken by one woman and one male to complete the work. So here is, do you have any matching options like which has 36 days and 18 days? 36 days and 18 days, yes, just this option is matching. So 18 days will be taken by women and one woman, and 36 days will be taken by one man alone for the work to be completed. So this is how it is, and this is a site where you can find lot of good logical reasoning questions. So you can visit this site for your practice. Next up you have is square root and cube root and squares and cubes. So here it is very important that there is a trick, a specific trick in which you can find out. So suppose I have a number, they have told me to find out the square of this number. So now I know that 54 is a number. Okay, I'm writing it down over here. So firstly you need to multiply the 4, you need to get square of the last number. So it will be 4 ka square, which is 16. Next up that you need to find is the multiplication of these two numbers. So 5 into 4 is 20, and then you have to multiply it by 2. So it will be 40. And then just see to it that you do not miswrite the numbers, because you in many exams you don't get calculators. So calculating such big numbers is really difficult. Over here write 40, and then you have to find out the square of the first number, which is 25. So how easy it was in the first step, you have to find out the square of the last number. In the second step, you have to multiply both numbers and multiply it. After multiplying it, you have to multiply it by 2 again. And in the third step, you have to find the square of the first number. Find the square of the first number. Here you need to know the squares by heart of at least 1 to 15. It's so easy. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 64, 81, 100, 121, 144, 169, 196 and 225. So these 15 takka square you must know. Now here, if what to do if there are 3-digit numbers, you have 3-digit. So same thing, you have to repeat it, multiply, get the square of the last number, which is 4, so 16, and then get this multiply the number. So 11 as a pair you will multiply it with 4, and then you will multiply it by 2, and then they'll take the square of 11. Now next up we have is cube root. So in the exams cube roots are asked. So here you can see it is 1 6. You have to just suppose any random digit is given 1 2 1 6 7. Now how do you find the cube root of this number? Just see the last digit. What is it? Is it 7? So now here you need to know this, you need to know that here the cube roots of 1 to 15, but not necessary. It's okay if you know that cube root up to 10. It is okay. So 1 ka cube is 1, 2 ka cube is 8, 3 ka cube is 27, 4 ka cube is 64, 5 ka cube is 125, 6 ka cube is 216, 7 ka cube is 343, 8 ka cube is 512, 9 ka cube is 729, and 10 ka cube is 1000. So here you have to see the last letter of that, the last letter is 7. So here also, which is the last letter that is matching 7? 3 ka cube. So firstly you will write 3. It will be in your answer. That 3 is going to appear in your answer. Now once you have taken this, then you have to find out that any cube whose number is less than 12. Any cube whose number is less than 12. Why we only choose first 2 digits? Because it's a 5-digit number. So you need to make a pair of last 3 digits and one pair of first 2 digits. So here 1 ka cube 1, it is less than 12. 2 ka cube 8, it is less than 12. 3 ka cube 27, it's not less than 12. So here you have to take 2. So 23 will be the cube root of 12167. So easy peasy. Again, let's take one more example which has 6 digits. Now again you have to make pair of last 3 digits. What is the last number ending with 3? Now here come in this list and find out which is the last number which is ending with 3. 7. Can you see 7 over here? Is it ending with 3? So your answer there will be 7. Now there are 3 digits pending. So you have to take these 3 digits as one pair, 185. Now whose square root is just less than 185? It's 125, which is 5 ka cube. So 557 is the cube root of 185193. How easy is this question? How easy? So if you do not know to find out cube root, just know the cubes of 1 to 1000 and use this trick. It's gonna help you a lot. Now, next questions that are most commonly asked are upon simple interest and compound interest. So simple interest mein what is the question asked here? If the if the difference between the simple interest and compound interest on a particular sum of money in 2 years at 20% per annum is 800 rupees, then you have to find the principal amount. So they're asking the principal amount. Now what will be the solution? They have asked you the principal amount, correct? So here you know the difference between the simple interest and compound interest for 2 years. You have to assume it as rupees X. Then the principal amount is equal to X. So the formula, it will be 100 upon R the whole square into P. So it will be 800, which is the actual total interest, into 10,000 upon 20 into 20, because it will be 2. Here it will be 2. So the principal amount will be 20,000. Again, let's find out here. You have some. Over here, you are given a principal amount, the rate of interest, and the time. Here you have to find out the simple interest. So simple interest ka formula is P into R into T upon 100. So what is the principal amount? It's 10,000. What is your rate of interest? It's 15%. And what is the time for which the interest is to be charged? It is 2 years upon 100. So simply after subtracting this, you will get around 15 to the 30, 3,000. You will be getting 3,000 as your answer, which is your principal simple interest. Now for actual amount to find, you have to find, right? You have to find the actual amount. So for that, you have to add 3,000 to the principal amount, which is 10,000, which will be 13,000. So total he will be have to be paying 13,000, right? So in this way you can solve, and here is the formula: simple interest ka and compound interest ka. P into 1 plus R upon N the whole raised to N into T. So N into T, right? So that is very important that you find know these formulas. So the last and the most important thing that is very important and most commonly asked in NIPER examination is the days: World Abuse Day, World Cancer Day, World Diabetes Day, World Health Day, World Pharmacist Day, World Alzheimer Day, Epilepsy Day. There are so many different days. So there are a list and you need to know the days very well, because days pe seedha question, National Voters Day. So you need to know the days. Prizes, Nobel prizes, you if somebody has just won some major prize or some new inventions or discoveries are carried out and like findings, so that you need to know. Here, probability matrices, integration, differentiation, basic maths. So what you need to do, you need to just have a basic rough like idea of probability in basic maths, just that's necessary. Vowels, sometimes question on vowels, definite vowels and indefinite vowels. So A, E, I, O, you have vowels, and other list are composite number. So you need to know the vowels, the importance of vowels, and numbers, the types of numbers is very essential to know. So that's all for today's video. I hope you did get a lot of general knowledge questions and aptitude, geological reasoning, and I hope it helps you all and the tricks help you all to find it easier to solve in the examinations. If you have any queries, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Thank you so much.